Good morning. My name's Tiffany, and I'm here today to do my conclusion to my ASQ paper. The first question we were told to think about was how does child development um, affect social work? I think this is a critical area for us to know what is normal or what is commonly accepted in society about how a child should grow and develop. Now, obviously, this is just for Western society, and it wouldn't be the same in different cultures or different areas. Um, I have an example of that. When I was a child protective service worker in Texas, I was much older than most of the workers because I came to the field after I'd had children. And there were young workers right out of college that were investigators. I saw them with about a 3-year-old child. She was very pale. She was red haired. And they were looking at her body at all of these little marks, and they were concerned that the marks were indicative of child abuse. When I passed them, I stopped in and I said, "What are you doing?" And they said, "Well, something's wrong with this child." I said, "Those are bug bites, and children with pale skin, usually blonde or red haired, they can easily have a bug bite turn into an infected area or swells because they're so sensitive to it." Because I have 3 blonde-headed children, the same thing happened to them. I said, "That child needs Benadryl. Teach the parents how to put on bug spray and how to use creams or Benadryl if they see one of those flare up. That is not child abuse." So I think that's critical for us to know so that we don't unintentionally harm families because we don't know what's normal or we don't know what a regular childhood event looks like or bug bites look like. So I think it's critical that we understand um, development in general and what normal um, behavior and accidents look like for children or bruises or things like that so we don't become our client's worst nightmare. So I think that's important. The other question is about how the ASQ tool will work in our area. So I am in the Midwest, and I do feel like this test was set up based on Western civilization. So this is a great tool for most of our families, and it's widely used in this region for any child birth to 5 years old. I see that doctors hand it out. I see the preschools hand it out. I just see it used a lot. I'm unsure if it's a great tool for military children or very low income children, or for our families where we have a high number of immigrants from Mexico that work in our meatpacking plants. Anybody who's come from a different area and they've been raised on a totally different belief system, and their normal or their beliefs on child rearing, or how a child should operate within the family and communicate and their personal social skills, those could be very, very different. And in a military family, you're often merging parents who are from completely different cultural backgrounds. They meet sometimes while they're at war in Iraq and marry. So they have not yet merged their ideas on how a child should raise, and then all of a sudden they're having kids, how a child should be raised. So this tool would be great on the fine motor skills and large motor skills for everybody because that's an observable, measurable item that would be the same in all cultures. However, for communication, problem solving, and personal social skills, I think parents may not understand the questions. The children probably don't understand what we're trying to ask. And so the information and answers would be skewed simply because it's foreign to them and it's not how they look at how a child should be communicating and operating within their family and their social skills and problem solving skills. They may have a totally different way to teach that, and we need to be mindful of that so we do not label children with developmental delays or other issues when they're simply just a cross cultural misunderstanding, and we need to allow them to have more time to be raised in the way their parents want to raise them and how they're culturally expected to raise their kids. So I think that could be a problem. Now, my overall experience with this, um, I had a great time interviewing my child. I love interviewing people. It's one of my favorite things. So whenever I get to do a project or go and meet a family, I love it because I love to learn more about people and what makes them tick. And I want to hear about what um, they enjoy about parenting and how their child is doing. And so to me, this was very enjoyable. I am learning a lot more on how to articulate assessments than I knew before. It's a lot of this information I knew, but I did not know how to put it into a formal assessment or trust myself that I knew what I was talking about. So this class and this master's program is really going to help me do that. But I had a great time. Thanks so much. Everybody have a great day.